Everyone will want something from you. Learn to transform that desire into power.
Don't forget to subscribe, and if you want more tips and content like this, type "I want more" in the comments. That will show me you're ready for more. Did you know that Machiavelli documented exactly 9 female weaknesses that you can exploit to have any woman eating out of your hand, while most men beg for attention like hungry dogs? Those who know these secrets have women practically begging them. These weaknesses are so deep they're engraved in her DNA. And when you exploit them correctly, she can't resist, even if she wanted to. The first weakness you see every day, but don't know how to use it. The ninth is so powerful that it can make a woman leave everything for you in less than 30 days. And the most dangerous one, I'll reveal it at the end because it can literally change your life forever. Have you ever wondered why a woman can spend hours perfecting a photo for Instagram? The answer lies in the first weakness Machiavelli identified: her desperate addiction to external validation. And here's where most men make the biggest mistake of their lives. You see, women are biologically programmed to seek constant approval. Every like, every comment, every compliment activates the same pleasure centers in their brains as a drug. It's literally a chemical addiction. And once you understand this, you have the power to control her supply. The trap that 95% of men fall into is giving validation freely, like tap water. You like all her photos, tell her she looks beautiful every day, shower her with compliments, hoping she'll reciprocate. But brother, that's where you get yourself completely screwed. When you give constant validation, her brain gets used to it. She no longer needs to strive for your attention because she has it guaranteed. You become that dude who's always there, predictable and boring. And women don't fall in love with predictability. They fall in love with what they can't control. Here comes the Machiavellian strategy that will change your game forever. Become the dealer of her favorite drug, but control the dosage. When she posts a photo seeking validation, don't be the first to like it. Let her wait. When she tells you about an achievement, don't shower her with compliments immediately. Say something like, "How interesting," and then change the subject. This isn't being an asshole, it's being strategic. You're creating scarcity of something she desperately needs. And when you finally give her that validation she craves, it becomes pure gold to her. A simple, "That's incredible" from you will be worth more than 100 comments from others. The key lies in timing and intensity. Give validation only when she truly earns it, when she does something you genuinely admire, but do it unexpectedly when she least expects it. This creates what psychologists call intermittent reinforcement, the same principle that makes slot machines addictive. So if you really want to master this game and uncover the other 8 weaknesses that can make any woman obsessed with you, like this video and subscribe to the channel, because what's coming next is even more powerful. And I only share it with those who are truly committed to transforming their love life. But be careful. Once you master this first weakness, there's no turning back. Women will start behaving differently towards you. They'll seek your attention in ways you never imagined. And that brings us to the second weakness, one so subtle most men don't even know it exists. But once you master it, you can make a woman unable to get you out of her head a single second of the day. That second weakness I promised you is so lethal, it can make a woman stay awake all night thinking about you, checking her phone every 5 minutes waiting for your message. It's called uncertainty, and it's the most powerful psychological weapon at your disposal. Here's the brutal truth no one tells you. Predictability kills passion faster than a bucket of cold water. When a woman knows exactly what to expect from you, when you're going to reply, what you'll say, where you'll take her, her brain literally shuts off. Routine is the mortal enemy of attraction. Why do you think women become obsessed with men who treat them poorly? It's not masochism, it's pure biology. Her brain is designed to feel attracted to the unpredictable, to what she cannot fully control. It's a survival instinct from the cave days. The male who was unpredictable was stronger, more valuable, more capable of protecting her. Most men make the mistake of becoming too available too quickly. They reply immediately, plan predictable dates, share all the details of their lives. They believe that being an open book will build trust, but all it builds is deadly boredom. Machiavelli said it perfectly. It's better to be feared than loved, but ideally be unpredictable. And this is where the strategy that will revolutionize your game completely comes in. First, break your communication patterns. If you normally reply in 5 minutes, sometimes reply in 2 hours with no explanation, always plan romantic dinners, then suddenly take her somewhere completely unexpected. It's not about being a jerk, it's about keeping her mind working, guessing, imagining. Second, control the information you share. Don't tell her every detail of your day. Leave blanks in your story. When she asks what you did yesterday, don't say, "I went to work, then the gym, then watched Netflix." Say something like, "I had an interesting day," and change the topic. She'll fill those empty spaces with her imagination. And believe me, her imagination will work in your favor. Third, use the power of strategic absence. Disappear for short periods without warning, not every day, but unpredictably. When you return, don't explain where you were. Just say, "Hey, beautiful," as if nothing happened. That uncertainty about your time and attention will drive her crazy. The key is balance. You can't be completely unpredictable because that becomes chaos. But you also can't be completely predictable because that becomes boredom. You need that constant tension of, "I know she loves me, but I don't know what she'll do next." When you master this uncertainty, something magical will start happening. She'll start chasing you subtly, messaging more often, initiating conversations more, looking for excuses to see you. Her brain will interpret your unpredictability as high value. And women always chase what they perceive as valuable. But here comes something even more powerful, something that combines perfectly with uncertainty. It's a skill very few men have, but when you develop it, you can literally read her soul and make her feel completely understood and connected to you. It's what seduction masters call emotional mirroring. And when you combine it with every woman's primary fear held secret, you get an absolutely devastating attractor. That devastating power I mentioned is based on two weaknesses that work together like an emotional nuclear bomb: emotional mirroring and her deepest fear of replacement. When you combine them correctly, you can make a woman feel that you're the only person in the world who truly understands her. Let's start with emotional mirroring, a technique so powerful therapists charge thousands for teaching. Here's the secret. When you can name exactly what a woman is feeling before she even says it, you activate a neurological connection that releases oxytocin straight into her bloodstream. It's like injecting confidence and attraction into her veins. Most men, when they see a woman upset, do one of two stupid things. Either ignore her, hoping she'll get over it, or immediately try to fix the problem. But you're going to do something completely different. You're going to become her perfect emotional mirror. When you see her quiet or tense, don't ask what's wrong, like everyone else. Instead, observe her body language, her tone of voice, the tension in her face, and then say something like, "I see you're frustrated because it feels like nobody's understanding what you really need." Her reaction will be immediate. "Exactly. How did you know?" Her brain thinks, "This guy sees me, truly understands me." And that feeling of being seen and understood is more addictive than any drug. You're going to be the only man in her life who really connects with her deepest emotions. Now comes the most Machiavellian part. Once you've established that deep emotional connection, you're going to trigger her strongest primal fear, the absolute terror of being replaced. Every woman without exception carries this fear in her DNA, the possibility that another man will come and steal your attention. This fear comes from primitive times when women depended entirely on men for survival. If he left them for another, she literally died. Even though physical survival isn't at stake today, that instinct remains etched in her reptilian brain. And when you know how to trigger it subtly, she will do anything to ensure you never leave her. The strategy is simple, but devastating. After creating that deep emotional connection, you introduce very subtle elements of competition. Don't talk about other women directly. That's amateur. Instead, casually mention you have plans with friends, you have an important meeting, or someone invited you to something interesting. When she asks for details, be vague. "Oh, nothing important, just work." But let your body language and energy suggest otherwise. That incongruence will trigger her alert system. Her brain will start filling in the blanks with her own fears. Who is it? Could there be other women? Is he losing interest? The real power of this technique is in the timing. First, you make her feel completely seen and understood with emotional mirroring. Then, when she's most vulnerable and connected, you introduce uncertainty about your availability. It's like giving her the purest drug she's ever had and then suggesting you might not always be there. Her reaction will be immediate. She'll start texting you more, seeking more time with you. She'll do things to impress you she didn't do before. Not because you're manipulative, but because you've activated her deepest instincts to secure what she perceives as valuable. So far, we've covered addiction to validation, the power of uncertainty, emotional mirroring, and the fear of replacement. But bro, if you think this is strong, wait until you hear what comes next, because the following weaknesses dig even deeper. Her desperate need to feel safe with a man who has true masculine presence. And when you master this, not only will you have her attraction, you'll have her respect and complete devotion. We've reached the moment of truth, brother. The weaknesses I'm about to reveal now are so deep they touch the very core of what women look for in a man. They're the weapons that separate ordinary men from those with absolutely irresistible magnetic power. The fifth weakness is her desperate need for emotional safety. But here's the trick that 99% of men don't understand. They're not looking for someone to protect them from the outside world. They're looking for someone to protect them from their own inner chaos. They need a man who's their rock when they become a hurricane. When a woman is in full emotional storm, yelling, crying, creating drama, the first 30 seconds of your reaction determines whether she'll respect you forever or lose respect for you forever. Most men collapse, get nervous, start apologizing, try to calm her with desperate words. Fatal error. Here's what you're going to do instead. You become the absolute calm in the eye of her storm. Lower your voice, relax your body, look her directly in the eyes, and with unshakable presence say, "I understand you're hurt. I'm here. Enough." That calming emotional containment you show acts as a primitive magnet in her brain. Her instinct tells her, this man can handle my worst version without breaking. If he can handle this, he can handle anything. And that sense of emotional security with your emotional strength makes her addicted to your presence. But here comes the sixth weakness, and this one is devastating: her extreme sensitivity to social status. I'm not just talking about money, brother. I'm talking about that aura of respect some men project effortlessly. An aura that makes waiters, employees, friends, even strangers unconsciously treat you differently. Women have highly developed radars to detect your social standing. They observe how you behave in a restaurant, how you talk to the Uber driver, how other men react to your presence. If they detect low status, their attraction plummets. If they detect high status, their attraction skyrockets. The key here is not to pretend to be something you're not. It's to develop real masculine presence. Speak less, but with more weight. Walk with purpose. Never apologize for taking up space. When you walk into a room, do it like it's yours. That silent confidence and commanding presence will make her feel proud to be with you. Now comes the seventh weakness, the most dangerous of all. How do women react when you return their own words to them? Women say things all the time. I hate lies. Loyalty is the most important thing. I can't stand being ignored. But then they behave inconsistently with their own statements. Here's the strategy that's going to completely disarm her. Store those statements in your memory. When she acts contrary to what she said, calmly and without aggression, return her own words to her. You told me honesty was the most important thing to you. How does that fit with what you just did? That gentle yet direct confrontation with her own contradictions will create cognitive dissonance that leaves her speechless. Her brain will panic because it realizes you're paying attention on a level no other man does. And that level of attention to her words and actions will make her feel completely exposed and, paradoxically, more attracted to you. But the eighth weakness is the one that ties it all together: the scarcity of true masculine energy. We live in an era where most men have lost their masculine essence. They're insecure, seeking constant approval, don't make firm decisions. When a woman meets a man who genuinely possesses solid masculine presence, it's like finding water in the desert. This masculine energy is not aggression nor toxic dominance. It's unshakable calm. It's the ability to make decisions without hesitation. It's that presence that says, I take care of this without needing words. When you develop this presence, women naturally feel attracted because it activates their deepest femininity. And now we reach the ninth and final weakness, the one that can make a woman leave everything for you: your unshakable self-respect. This means having non-negotiable standards and being willing to walk away from any situation, even from an incredible woman, if she doesn't respect those standards. When a woman sees that you have the power to leave, that you don't desperately need her approval or presence, her respect for you multiplies exponentially, because she realizes that being with you is a privilege, not a right. And that realization will make her value you in a way you've never experienced before. These are the 9 weaknesses that Machiavelli would have used in the modern game of love, from controlling her validation addiction to developing unshakable self-respect that makes her see you as the prize you truly are. But remember, brother, with great power comes great responsibility. Use these strategies to create authentic connections and powerful relationships, not to hurt or manipulate, because at the end of the day, the true masculine power is about elevating both yourself and the woman by your side. There you have it, brother. 9 female weaknesses Machiavelli would have used to dominate the modern love game, from controlling her validation addiction to developing unshakable self-respect. But here's the final truth. These aren't cheap manipulations. They're principles of natural attraction that work because they respect the deepest psychology of women. When you apply them with integrity, you don't just get the woman you want, you become the man you deserve to be. If you truly want to master your love life and develop that magnetic presence that makes women come to you, subscribe to the channel and like this video. I've got more secrets of masculine psychology that will completely change how you relate to women forever.